I never thought that the Pea Waka Waka would ever end up in the basket off the tee. Now let's go toss some plastic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We are here at Maryland's #1 course of 2024, Turkey Hill Park in La Plata, Maryland. I may have butchered that, and it takes no time jumping right into it. We have hole 1, 2 different pin locations, and 2 drastically different shots. You absolutely love to see it. We are going to start off with the long 414 feet. We're just trying to go straight. First throw of the day, no real expectations. I'm going to go with my Wraith. All right, I'm kind of shocked that turned over the whole way, but it made it up there. We'll take that. Let's get started. As expected, we did noodle it quite a bit, and we have left ourselves a long, I don't even know if I would call this a putt. I would guess we're probably around 100 feet away for the 2. All right, nice and simple layup. Nothing exciting to start the round off. For the 3. Hole 2, and guys, don't let the sun fool you. It is bitter cold out here in the freezing temperatures. I thought we were past that by now, but we have hole 2, 342 feet. Beautiful looking hole ahead of us here. And because the arm is not warmed up at all, I'm gonna disc up a bit to my Orc. Hyzer. All right, it should give us a long putt. The body, I'm not feeling very in sync today, so hopefully we can get in a rhythm. Even disking up, we still noodled it quite a bit, leaving ourselves a long putt, probably around 50 feet for the 2. Oh, just noodled it. I don't know. It's been a while since I've slept in temperatures that cold, but the body just feels like it's in hibernation right now. Hole 3, and it turns out that there's 2 tee pads and 2 baskets per hole. So we are gonna hop up here to the red tee pad and check it out. 285 feet, dead straight, looking right at us. There is some swirly wind going on. Hopefully we can rebound a bit. I'm gonna go with my Leopard. Stable up for me. Oh my goodness, we had a little run there. We actually had a little run there. That might be the fire we need to pick ourselves up for the much needed 2. If any of you guys ever got to the course and just hit the reverse card, because I did that yesterday. I got up I drove 50 minutes to get here, got out of Greta, got here nice and early, got out of Greta, blowing 30. You know what I'm saying? Turned around, got back in Greta, drove to Planet Fitness, and just edited in the parking lot all day. I've had enough. I've had enough of recording in those super windy days. Hole 4, 548 feet. And as you can see, we have a bit of a water carry here. I haven't dealt with the water carry in quite some time. The basket is just way up there, straight in front of us. All we're focused on doing is hitting that gap, and then we'll attack the pin on shot number 2. I'm gonna go with my Wraith. Come on, Hyzer, please. Oh my goodness. Things are just turning. They're turning today. We did clip some branches past the water a little bit. We're gonna be in a tight spot. Not the greatest tee shot. Very tricky approach shot here. Hopefully you guys can see the basket up there. I'm not entirely sure how far away we are, but I can kind of hug this right side, hug this tree line, or go for the Anheuser shot. That makes it more accessible, but there are a few more trees in the way. I'm gonna roll the dice, go with the left side with my Envy. All right, it looks like we got away with it. Let's see what we're left with. Really happy with where the Envy landed. It did leave us about an edge of circle putt for the 3. Oh my goodness. How close was that to going out of the back of the basket? I really thought that was gonna go right through. Hole 5, 372 feet. Now, I'm not exactly sure where the basket is hiding up there, but I do see a relatively small gap, and that's all I'm trying to hit. I'm gonna take my Wraith, try to get a little turn through there. Wherever we end up, we can find the basket from there. Oh my goodness. We hit it in Visibranch. Dang. I mean, it felt like a good throw. Couldn't really tell there was a branch up there. Let's see what we're left with. This is an abysmal lie. Hopefully you guys can see the basket up there. I think I have to go with a skip shot. I have to try to get underneath these pine trees, maybe get a flare skip off to the left. I'm gonna go with my splice. Oh my goodness, that worked out so much better than I thought. That was a really, really nice skip shot. Really nice recovery shot. Really nice putt as well. Really, I need to take my time. I don't think I ever will. I don't think I ever will when I'm recording. Hole 6, 468 feet. As you can tell, we need to hold straight for quite a while, and then we want to start making our way off to the right. I'm gonna go with my Hades. Get around it. I'm not sure, I may have cut rolled that. That may have cut rolled. I'm not entirely sure. Let's go see what we're left with. We are definitely doing a lot of noodle arming off the tee today. We still have 190 feet. Kind of a tricky little approach shot. We want to come in with some turn. There is no hyzer available, and there is kind of a low ceiling if you go straight at it. I'm gonna go with my Rhino. Oh my goodness. Wow. Man, my heart raced and everything. I really thought that was going in. We're pretty close today. We might be able to make something special happen. For the 3, you see that sign down there? Do not feed the alligators, no swimming or wading. What do we think that is, huh? Hole 7, and this is a wild one, 306 feet. And as you can tell, we just have a wall of trees in front of us. We have to go with a huge blind Annie shot up and around all of these trees. It's gonna be tricky to get up that high with this wind. I'm gonna go with my Valkyrie. All right, I'm almost positive that cut rolled somewhere, hopefully in the right direction. Really fun tee shot. Good, not a great shot. We've left ourselves a tricky and long straddle putt for the 2. I'd guess around 60 feet. Oh my goodness. Really nice putt. In case any of you haven't noticed, we did move on from the champ. I went back to just full-time practicing with my hammers. I did like the champ. The problem is I only had one. I only had one of them. I couldn't get another one. I tried reaching out, still couldn't get another one. So old trusty hammers, starting to gain some confidence in my putting again. Hole 8, 636 feet that way. I'm gonna go with my Wraith. Oh my goodness. That was so beautiful. Such a beautiful flip up there. 2 straight, went 2 straight. After our unfortunate tree hit there, we still have 318 feet to the pin. We need to hold a slight turn the entire way. I'm gonna go with my Leopard. Oh, be high enough in the air. All right, that felt like a pretty decent shot. Definitely gonna be a long putt if we even have one. I don't know why, but this Leopard is just feeling really good today in the hand. Hole 9, 394 feet. Now, this is very tricky. You can go down the right side or you can go down the left side, and it shows that somewhere up there, there's a pond. Now, I'm not entirely sure where that is. I'm just gonna kind of play it safe. I'm gonna take my Wraith, throw it pretty soft over here to the left side. Hopefully we get a nice turn with it, and then we'll attack the pin on shot number 2. Feels good. All right. I really hope that's not in some pond that I can't see. I really like that disc. On the plus side, the Wraith did not end up in that swamp there, but on the downside, we're just barely finished too far right to be able to give this basket a run. I just kind of have to lay up. I'm gonna put my hammer on a ton of angle. Maybe it will fight back, maybe not. We're probably gonna have a tester putt. All right. It was almost a couple more feet. That would have been a really fun shot. For the 3, for today's Hole 9 break, I want to talk to you guys about another juicy topic. Now that the Pro Tour is in full swing, so are some of the controversies. As the sport has continued to grow and there's just more cameras, there's more eyes on things, moving forward, is your card mates being the only regulator of rules when you're out on the course the best option? Now, I have no idea another way to go about this. I don't know what they do at the PGA. So if anybody wants to fill me in on that, I would love to know as well. But there's always these, is it OB, is it not OB? And I don't think anyone on the Pro Tour is cheating or planning on cheating, but with any major sport, that is just going to happen. There's also this kind of stigma, I feel like, in disc golf, especially with smaller tier tournaments and even the big tournaments themselves, is when you call maybe a foot fault or a rule violation, it can be kind of frowned on. You can kind of get looked at like as a narc. There's a lot of different things and a lot of different perspectives that people have when it comes to this. I do think it is significantly worse in the lower tournaments. If you call somebody out, some people can get really offended. The other part of that is there's a lot of people out there that are timid. They're quiet people and they don't want to have to be the person to bring up a rule violation, to bring up a confrontation. There's also a lot of circumstances where not everybody on your card is staring at everybody else while they throw. This is probably my biggest discretion that I think, because if I'm playing around, now I don't play tournaments, but if I'm playing around with people, I'm not paying attention to what they're doing. I'm paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm kind of eyeballing, I'm getting in the zone, I'm looking at the fairway, I'm trying to guess where my disc is and plan my next shot. And I feel like it's not necessarily my responsibility to have to watch and be a hawk over somebody, but if a penalty is called and only one of the 3 other people in the card saw it, you can't really overturn it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of gray area when it comes to this discussion. So there's just a lot. There's a lot of different aspects to look at with this. And I'd love to see all of your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. And as always, if you guys are enjoying the content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'd love to see some new faces down in the comment section. And don't forget, you can hop on my website, check out a huge selection of used discs, awesome towels, and t-shirts. Thank you. Hole 10, and just like that, we are in the woods, 304 feet. And as you can see, really congested kind of tee shot here. We have a couple gaps that we can aim for, and this 100% suits up for the forehand. Now, I don't have a lot of expectations for this throw, but I will give it a shot. I'm gonna go with my scepter. All right, we did catch something. I don't know if we'll be able to save our par and have a look at the basket. Let's go find out. Now that we've gotten up here, I definitely think you could go with the backhand route. That tee sign made it seem like it was far more of an S-flight than it really was. We are not in a great shot here, not a good situation. The basket is completely blind to me. I do have this little backdoor route. I'm gonna take my Justice, I'm gonna throw it on a hyzer, and hopefully it leaves us a putt. Nope, it looked good. It got hit down somewhere up there. Very tricky first woods hole. We really have to work to try to save our 3 on this one. I'd guess we're probably around 45, 50 feet. And we have this branch that's just hanging down right in front of us, giving us a very low ceiling. Yeah, the branch got in my head. Ugh, so difficult. You either gotta pretend like it's not there, and then you're probably gonna hit it, or you over exaggerate, go super low, and it goes nowhere. Hole 11, and this is a crazy one. It's only 190 feet. As you can see, the basket's just right down there. Now you can just send something soft on an ante and let it drift down there, but I'm nervous that if I send the P-walk down there, it's just gonna glide forever. So I'm gonna take this little backdoor lane here. I'm gonna put my splice on quite a bit of angle, and then the stability should crash us back down. All right, it looks like there's a drop off behind the basket. Now we landed right like at the pole, but I don't know where it may have rolled. Nice rhyme. As you can tell, there is quite the drop off back there. Hole 12, and this is a fun little ace run. We are gonna play to the short because it's right there, and how do you not? It's only 135 feet. Now I'm gonna give myself 4 chances to maybe try to make something cool happen, but we are gonna start off with the Rhino. Oh, it didn't quite fight back. Now the Kotuku. Fight. Fight! Oh, it's hard. Oh my, that was the P-walk. Of course I kept throwing. How do you not? That was the P-waka waka. Are you kidding me? It wasn't a first throw, okay? It may have been like the second to last disc in my bag, but I never thought that the P-waka waka would ever end up in the basket off the tee. Or my real shot. I mean, look at that. Doesn't that yellow just look great in the basket? Who would have thought? One thing that I don't think I'll ever get over while doing this is early morning dog walkers. So a lot of them are retired people, and I don't know if they're just curious or suspicious or I don't know, but often when I'm filming, I'll turn, I'll look, and they'll just be standing there, completely emotionless, just staring. And I don't really, they're usually too far away to say anything. And then I keep recording, get through it, and as I'm walking to the next hole, I'll see them in a different spot. They'll be 100 yards away walking like this. And I'm just like, I don't know. I think I put on a pretty decent show, but it's not that good. You know what I'm saying? Hole 13 and another difficult one, 446 feet. Now the tee sign shows that it is a hyzer. You do need to hyzer off of this tee shot. I have no idea where the basket is. I'm just gonna send my Firestorm, let the disc do the work, and then find the pin after that. All right, we made it quite a ways before I heard a tree thunk, so that is promising. Firestorm did make it down here quite a ways. As you can see, the basket, it's protected quite well, but we do have a big kind of wide hyzer lane. I'm gonna take my Pro Rhino, send it up there. Hopefully it works out. Sometimes I really hate that disc. Like, that is such an easy shot. It is such a good drive, easy approach, and you just absolutely flub it. The Pro Rhino really let us down there, and I think we're actually in a trickier spot than we were just a few moments ago. We've left ourselves a really wide, tricky hyzer putt to save our 3. I don't even think that was close. Or the 4. Hole 14, 412 feet, dead straight, going slightly uphill the entire way. So it is gonna play quite a bit farther. I'm gonna go with my boss. Settle down. Oh, dang. Man, I thought we made it past those little trees. What a bummer. That throw felt really good. Well, after our unfortunate tree kick here, we still have a pretty fun and beautiful shot to send the champion Rhino at about 170 feet. Oh, needed to put a little more juice on it, just a little bit to get some more turn. Hole 15, 328 feet. As you can see, the short basket is staring right at us. The long basket is somewhere up there off to the left. I'm gonna go with my Firebird. Oh my, Oh my goodness, that was a good throw. Just leaked a little bit. I mean, I tried to work this left to right with the Firebird so that way it'd crash hard. This close, just barely nicked one of those branches. An absolute lackluster tee shot. We've left ourselves probably 80 to 90 feet. The wind's really starting to pick up out here for the 2. Oh wow. It just smashed it right down. Well, that was a fun hole that I made boring. Oh my goodness. For any of my tree experts out there, Tyler, I'm not sure if you still watch the channel, but what is this? What is this tree that has the leaves with the spikies on them? Like, these things will actually pierce your skin. I've noticed them a lot in this area that I'm in, and I just kind of ignored them at first, not thinking that they could really do much, but they can. These little buggers, they can get you. Hole 16, 335 feet. Now, we are blind. It looks like it might start to go downhill. The tee sign showing a pretty touchy little finicky shot. We're just gonna try to play it safe, get a nice little flip up with my Leopard. Oh my gosh. Oh my. We're just crushing the little branches today, crushing them. Well, we're not putting on a show from the tee pad today, but this basket, we do have a nice little dead straight lane at it. I would guess about 115 feet. All right, we're gonna have a tester putt for the 3. Hole 17, and this one is terrifying. Now, I do want to go for some big crazy shot, 554 feet, and it continues to wrap around to the right of this tree line, but the tee sign shows that right as you round that turn, there's also water, and there's a very small kind of landing strip. So we're not gonna risk anything too crazy. I'm just gonna go with my hex, try to get it up there so we can see what we're dealing with. I know, it's so boring. I hate doing it, but that seems a little too risky. As you can see, it is just as terrifying as we thought. Now, we have a couple options here, but the only realistic one is to try to get a flex forehand shot. It would be fun to go with like a Sky Anheuser shot, but we're just not doing all that right now with this wind. So I'm gonna take my Scepter, shouldn't be able to overturn it. So we should, worst case, just end up in the woods to the right. All right, I mean, that's exactly what happened. I should have used the rangefinder to get an idea of how far that was, but we'll take it. They're left in a very tricky lie here, even as a local. I don't know if off the tee I'd go for anything crazy ever on this tee shot, just because you'll never find it. You'll never find it. You'll never have any idea where your disc lands if you hyzer out. We still have about, I don't know, 90 feet for the 3. Yep, more of a layup. Got so sidetracked there, I almost threw that right into the water. Rounding off our very enjoyable day here at Turkey Hill Disc Golf Course, we're ending on a banger, 393 feet, elevated basket with a decent water carry. Now, the only thing making me worried is the wind. It's swirly up here, and that flag up there is moving in different directions constantly, but we are gonna full send something over there. I'm gonna go with my champion Boss. Oh, dang. It didn't quite hold the turn. I didn't know how the disc would react once we got past all these trees blocking the wind. If we would have held that turn a little more, something special could have happened. Let's see if we can end on a good note. A lot of pressure to try to end on a good note here, but in this wind, I think it would be more of a miracle. Oh, just, that flag is moving every direction. It's moving all of them, all of the directions. That wraps up today's video at Turkey Hill Disc Golf Course. And my biggest takeaway, guys, is it's very smooth and enjoyable. Course navigation is something that is pretty underrated when it comes to course design, and you don't really notice it until you play one like this, where you never find yourself throughout the round searching for the next tee pad, confused on where you're going, where the basket might be. This place does it all well. It has great signage from hole to hole. It has great tee pads and great baskets. Another awesome thing, this course has a lot of access to bathrooms throughout the round. Now it does play kind of around, somewhat integrated through a much bigger park, and that also comes with a few things. My biggest issue, and I wouldn't even call it that much of an issue here, is it didn't feel very peaceful. A lot of the holes do play next to busy streets, and like I said, it is integrated into a bigger park, so you might have some people walking, different people driving around. It's not that big of a deal, guys. You can get over it. Like I mentioned, it is just a very smooth and enjoyable course. There's no jaw-dropping moments. There's no crazy scenery. You're just trucking along, enjoying every throw as you go. It is beautifully maintained. In the beginning, you have a lot of par fours. You have a lot of things that they're pretty attackable. You can score decently on them with just a good tee shot and a good up shot. And then as you get in the back, you battle some pretty intense wood holes. It has a great mixture of open and wooded. I do love that they have water out here, and if you play smart, it is pretty avoidable. And that one water carry, if you feel like you might struggle to get there, you can move up to that short tee pad and you'll be just fine. With all of that being said, I'm gonna give Turkey Hill Disc Golf Course the very solid score of 8.5 out of 10. I think that's where it sits perfectly. Nothing really catapulting it to the upper echelon of courses, but every standard, every basic thing that you need, this course blows it out of the water. It is very enjoyable, and I would recommend it to everybody. There are courses that I've rated higher that I might not recommend to everyone, but as far as a true disc golf course for every single one of us players, you can come out here and enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Now it's your turn to go toss some plastic.